Well, we're delighted to tell you that we're in Glacier National Park today.
Yay!
And we made it here from our last stop, which was somewhere in Montana. And
Little town. We're getting a lot of little towns.
Yeah, we are looking forward to seeing a glacier tomorrow.
I'm really excited to be here. When we were in Acadia, like years ago, 2 years ago, I ran into this Swiss guy and he told me he was traveling all the national parks in America. And I said, ooh, which one do you like best so far? Knowing in my heart he was going to say Acadia. And he said Glacier National Park.
So here we are.
So here we are. We can't wait to see it.
We can't wait. And we'll show you all about it.
We're getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning so we can be to the road before 6 and get in without a reservation. So you may not get a lot of video from us tomorrow.
There's no doubt that Glacier is more well known than North Cascade. Both are national parks, but is one better than the other?
We have visited both and have our opinion, but see for yourself. Come join us on our journey through both parks.
Let's begin with Glacier. Glacier National Park spans the western Rocky Mountains via the Going to the Sun Road.
It's a 50-mile scenic road that traverses the park, crossing the Continental Divide at Logan Pass. The road is known for its stunning views of glacial lakes, alpine forests, and towering cliffs.
This map shows the road from West Glacier to St. Mary. Two lakes sit at the foot of the side of the park, Lake McDonald in the west and St. Mary Lake in the east.
This park is unique. From the St. Mary side, it changes and becomes Waterton Glacier International Peace Park in Canada.
We stayed in Glacier National Park at Apgar Campground, which is near West Glacier in the park. The campground was so much nicer than the one we stayed in Yellowstone, less people and better appointed. Now, like Yellowstone, Glacier National Park has these renovated 1940s tour buses. They take visitors to different points of interest in the park. The buses really interested me, but the tours didn't. The Going to the Sun Road is hewn from the mountain and quite narrow in parts as it climbs to its peak at Logan Pass. There are turnouts to stop and take photos along the way, but traffic was heavy and many turnouts were full. Parking was really limited, which makes it difficult to take hikes, but we managed to get some great shots though.
It was August, the height of summer. Even so, a snowstorm was forecast for the visitor center in Logan Pass, so we didn't stay long. However, there were no shortage of adventurous hikers willing to wait out the storm.
Logan Pass is over 6,000 feet in elevation, and there are 10 and 12-mile trails that lead to magnificent views of glaciers, and at certain times of the year, floating icebergs.
Unfortunately, very few of these are visible from the road. What was visible was the streams of water from melting glaciers. A sad side note to global warming. If you want to see glaciers in Glacier National Park, go soon. The Garden Wall is considered a hard hike that begins at Logan Pass and covers 15 miles with an elevation gain of 3,415 feet. It takes about 8 to 9 hours to complete, and definitely not one we can take. We are told that most hikers take trails around the lakes at the foot of the mountain. For us, though, the road over the mountain wasn't the highlight of the trip. It was discovering the Museum of the Plains Indian in Browning, Montana, on the St. Mary's side.
So we're on our way to Browning to see the Indian Cultural Center and to hear what they call native talks. And we're very excited about it. This is the Blackfeet tribe that we're going to go see. And Robert found a hack. Instead of us driving through the park, what are we doing?
going around the outside of it. Now, the reason for that is you have to have one of these passes, and it looks like it was kind of difficult to get online to do that because there's no Wi-Fi. And then this morning, as we were leaving, we saw a line of people, maybe half a mile long, who had passes. And here we are. We're going to get there about the same time as they will. It's a little bit longer, but plain sailing.
And you don't need a pass to come from east to west. You only need a pass going from west to east. So we'll take the same road back down. Yay!
We enjoyed browsing the exhibits, but what made it special was a talk given by a young Native American woman about the history of the Plains Indians and cultural stories from her childhood.
The speaker, Mariah Gladstone, is founder of Indigi Kitchen, a company that is bringing indigenous cooking awareness to the forefront. She is an amazing woman on a mission. There are links in the comments section with more information on her. Be sure and check them out.
We enjoyed our visit to Glacier National Park, but left feeling just a little bit underwhelmed. We didn't see as many glaciers as we expected.
However, we were pleasantly surprised when we visited North Cascades National Park in Washington State.
We saw glaciers, and lots of them.
Where Glacier National Park is rimmed with granite mountains, North Cascades is a vast wilderness of conifer-clad mountains, glaciers, and lakes. The North Cascades Highway passes viewpoints and leads to trails such as the Steep Thunder Creek Trail.
This area is known as the American Alps, and it's easy to see why. The region was also known for its rivers, particularly the Skagit River and its tributaries, which are fed by glaciers and snowmelt from the mountains. The beautiful green color of the water is caused by glacier silt.
We stayed in a campground just by the river and not far from the highway leading to the park. This road follows the river all the way to the park.
So here we are at North Cascades National Park. We're at the Visitor Center right now. Rob and I always stop at the Visitor Center because even though we know, for instance, there's 2 hikes that I can easily take, there's weather information, park information, all kinds of stuff. And I get a passport stamp on my passport. So join us in North Cascades.
So we just left the visitor center at the North Cascades National Park, and we're on our first little jaunt to a viewpoint. Apparently it's good enough to have a name, viewpoint, so we're going to go show you what it is.
It's just outside the back of the Visitor Center.
All right, so we're here at the viewpoint, and boy, it is a view as well.
Yes. Actually, there's more glaciers here than we saw in Glacier National Park. With one behind us, behind Rob's head, I can scoot him, is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. It's beautiful.
You know, in California, you pay a fortune for these ferns, and it costs you a fortune to keep them going. And here, they're just wild.
Look at the pathway. It looks like it was planned, orchestrated by God.
So we just did the Trail of the Cedars hike,
Yeah.
which is directly behind the tiny little town of New Halem, and it's wonderful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so many old trees and so many ferns, and just beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
So we took a wandering hike, and it kind of interweaves with this beautiful river. And I'm hoping the color comes through. It's that blue-green of glacier water. There's so many beautiful places here, but what a sweet place to sit and enjoy God's creation.
Well, this is Gorge Creek Waterfall here in North Cascades National Park.
There you have it, our perspective on Northern Cascades and Glacier National Park. You'll have to make up your mind for yourself. But if you want to be surprised, come and see them yourself. They are much more beautiful than pictures show.
Hey, thanks for watching. And if you like our videos, please press the subscribe button.